So there are many notable skyscrapers in the city, and today I'm going to be walking past a few of them, and they mostly center around the financial district at King and Bay. But before I do that, let's go back in time to one of the first skyscrapers in Toronto. One of the few remaining skyscrapers in Canada from its time, the early 20th century, is this building here, the Traders Bank building at 67 Yonge Street. And it is 15 stories high, 181 feet into the air. And construction on this building started back in 1905, and it took 2 million bricks and 1,700 tons of steel beams to erect this building. And the reason they were able to erect it so quickly is that once they were done laying down the foundation of this building, they started erecting the floors at 1 floor per week. And the Traders Bank building is one of the first buildings or skyscrapers to lease out to tenants using the New York system of renting per square footage. The Traders Bank building was one of the tallest skyscrapers in Toronto from 1906 up until 1911, and the European planners at that time suggested that they would not allow any buildings or skyscrapers to be taller than 200 feet. But I'm going to show you that they didn't stand by that one, and we're headed over to the financial district. Just west of the Traders Bank building here at 67 Yonge Street is the financial district, and it's where I'm headed now. And I'm headed towards the Commerce Court West skyscraper, and this one was erected back in 1972, and it stands 239 meters high. It has 57 floors, and it is on one of the most prominent corners in all of Canada, the Bay King corner, and it is the financial engine of Canada and this city. So let's have a look at this building at 199 Bay Street. So Commerce Court West, in 1972, when they opened this building to the public, they actually had a public observation deck all the way up there on the 57th floor. But that observation deck has since been closed, so no one's getting up there now. And also, the building itself was the tallest skyscraper in all of Canada from 1972 until 1976. Across the street from Commerce Court West is another iconic skyscraper in the city, and this one is known as Scotia Plaza. It's just north of Commerce Court West. There it is. It stands 275 meters high. It has 68 floors. And Scotia Plaza completed construction back in 1988, and for many years it was one of the tallest skyscrapers in the city. And inside of this building they have a 130-foot atrium which was able to merge seamlessly this historic building, the Bank of Nova Scotia, into the building. And the Bank of Nova Scotia building right in front of me here was completed back in 1946. And I would say one of the most iconic skyscrapers in Toronto sits at 100 King Street West, First Canadian Place. And First Canadian Place was completed back in 1975. It rises 298 meters into the air and has 72 floors. And initially the name of First Canadian Place was supposed to be the first bank building named after the first bank in Canada, the Bank of Montreal. And First Canadian Place originally had white Carrara marble on its facade, but back in 2007, the marble started to fall off of the building, and in 2007, a 300-pound chunk of the marble fell off of the 60th floor onto the 3rd floor mezzanine, and at that point they decided to restore the building, remove all of the white marble that at that point started to look like a dirty, snowy white, and replace it with these glass panels. And that was an expensive endeavor. These glass panels cost in excess of $100 million to install. And the M-Bar logo at the top of First Canadian Place was actually the highest sign in all of the world up until 1997. So there you have it, folks. Some of the most iconic skyscrapers in Toronto. Thanks for watching, everybody.